Hello, this will be another tutorial on Corel Paint Shop Pro, the 2019 edition. So to start with, I'm going to go ahead and lay a fresh canvas. And I'm going to select that I want to make a tag and click OK. And then to start with, I'm going to go ahead and lay down a paper real quick. And with papers, you can really size them anyway. Sometimes it's easier just to use the corner boxes and go in because you're resizing 2 of the boxes instead of 4. But then I'm going to go ahead and put down a frame. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring up the tube. And I'll just bring her, drag it into the layers box. And I'm going to go ahead and resize it down a little bit. And one of the things that I forgot to mention is that you can actually resize all of the layers. Or you can just resize the one layer. In this case, we're only going to resize the one layer, but resizing all of the layers is particularly helpful when you want to convert, say, to a timeline set to a form set or vice versa. It allows you to bring a 600 by 600 tag and take it down to a 200 by 200 avatar easily. So it's kind of cool. And I'm just going to bring her over a little bit. And then I'll duplicate the layer. And I'm going to put the copy on top of the layer and the original layer underneath the frame. And I'll select the original layer and let's see. And then what I'll do is just erase around the edge of the frame. It may not look like it's erasing, but you'll see here in a moment it definitely is erasing. It's just that the layer that you're erasing is behind the one that's visible. So now that I've erased, I'm just going to swap the layers. I'm going to put the original layer on top of the frame and then the other layer below the frame. And if I unclick this copy, then you can see from the original layer how much was erased, but the other layer being behind it covers up all that. Both layers are identically placed, so that's how they get that effect of the tube jumping out of the frame, which is pretty cool. So there's that. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull up my mask. As you can see, I have a lot of masks. I am a mask and fontaholic. Okay, so let's see. Where did I put that mask? Here it is. Okay, so I'm just going to put that mask above. I'm going to drag it onto the layers box and put it above the paper. And I'll go ahead and deselect these other layers for now. And then I'm going to go ahead and resize this mask to the match the canvas. And I'm going to have the paper selected. Just want to bring this in a little bit. Okay, that's good. So I'll have the paper selected. And then sorry, I'm just getting it sized properly. Okay, so I'll select the paper and I'll go up to layers, new mask layer from image, and then I'll click OK. And I'll deselect the mask layer. And I'll go ahead and select those other layers again. Now, because this is pretty light, I want to put something behind it. So what I'll do is actually put another paper behind this. So I'll grab something light, not with a background. That turns out to be perfect. And so it kind of makes it so that it stands out a little bit more. I think it's just because of the mask, but I was having trouble finding, you know, a mask that worked well. So I just decided to use this one. So this paper, what I'll want to do is erase the corners. And to do that, I'm going to select the paper layer, and then I'll go to the freehand selection, and I'm going to try to be as precise as I can around this frame here. There we go. And then I'll go to selections and invert that. And then that way, everything in between these two dancing ant lines will be erased. All I have to do is press the delete button at that point, and it just erases it all. And then I can go to selections and select none to get rid of the dancing ants. And then all I do is place my elements. and put my credits. And I'm going to take off the name for now. And all the layers, I merged them. Just go to right click, copy, or right click, merge, and then merge visible. It's not an option to select just because this layer is not visible. I've already merged them, but that's how you merge. And then I select that merge layer, and I go to edit, copy special, copy merged, and I'll bring up my animation shot, and I'll go to edit, paste as new animation. This Jask animation shop, I think it's version 3.11. I believe you can download for free online. But here I have my tag, and I'm going to go ahead and open up an animation. And I'll show you what the animation itself looks like. View animation. It's just twinkling lights, which is really pretty. So what I'll do is I will zoom out, put the wheel on my mouse and come towards me. And I want to see how many frames this animation has. It looks like it has 26 frames. So what I'll do is on the tag, I'm going to right click, duplicate selected until I get to 26 frames. And it happens quicker than you think because, oops, somehow I got on the animation. Here, it automatically selects, all of the frames you currently have. So now I have 17 frames selected. If I duplicate selected again, it's going to duplicate another 17 frames. So, which brings it to 33, and I don't need quite that many, so I'm just going to select that final layer, and then shift, and then the 27th layer, so then it selects all those layers at once, and then I'll press the delete button, and now I'm down to 26. And so now on the animation, I'll select all of the frames, or I meant on the tag, I'm sorry, but then I'll go back to the animation and select all there as well, and then copy, and then I'll go back to the tag, and then I'll select edit, propagate paste, which what that does is makes it so that it pastes everything, paste what you're pasting into each layer instead of just only pasting it into one layer. And then I'll go paste into selected frame. And then you'll see it'll let you position the animation where you want it. And there it is. And then now what I can do is go back to my Corel, and the name layer, I can edit copy that, go back into my animation, and paste that as a new animation, and copy the name within Animation Shop, and then on my tag I can propagate paste again, and then paste into selected frame. It'll let me position the name. Okay, so it didn't put it in all the layers. Let's see. Let's try it again. There we go. And then it pasted it into each frame. And then I'll go View, Animation, and there we have an animated tag. Hopefully I didn't go too fast. I'm sorry if I did. From there, what I'll do is save it as a GIF. Let's see. And there are settings that you will want to have selected, and I'll post a link to Reina Terraz's blog. She does a lot of animation. She has the settings listed on her blog. And you want to save it as a GIF. Let's see. But actually, before you do that, what I like to do is actually save it as an MNG file, and that way it'll already have the animation on it, and I can continue to bring it up with the animation already added, and I can just continue to add names from there. So as you can see, I have one here. Open, let's see. Go to my desktop. So I have it here, the MNG file. And so it brings it up already with the animation. All I have to do is just paste in the name here. And so, you know, if I'm making for multiple people, I can just keep making a name, pasting it into Animation Shop and adding it. I don't have to go through all of the steps completely each time. So I save it twice, once as an MNG, a blank one with no name, and then I save each person's name as a GIF. So that's the tutorial on masking and Animation Shop. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. And thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.